All right, my fellow flat earthers. Hopefully, there's some atheists out there. That'll be swell. Um, just want to remind everybody who's all up in arms about NASA. Oh, NASA. Before there was NASA, there was the Men in Black. Before there was the Men in Black, there was other people. I mean, this is nothing new. This is suppression. It's been going on for 500 years. NASA is just the latest institute to suppress us. I mean, it's nothing, NASA is nothing new. I mean, just realize NASA is just the entity set up by the powers that be. You know, I can accept a little bit more if you was cussing at the powers that be. I mean, NASA is just really no. I mean they somebody, but they just do what they told in the big sense. And I also want to reinforce my last video that I really think that our souls become stars. I think I just think that our souls become stars, and if that's true, that makes us very important to this world. Without a God, that makes us very important to this world without a God. So think about that. Um, Now I want to go ahead and get into the time, talk about some of the ancient talkings about the time before moon. Now I don't really get into all that written stuff because I think they lie here and there, but I do want to try to look into that hidden message about the time before the moon. And by the way, I'll challenge anyone to look at the moon for about 30 days. Give it a 30 it doesn't matter where you pick up at. You can pick up now. Just go from 30 days from now. And look, and you'll see that the moon turns clockwork, just like that, just like a faucet. It turns. You'll see the crescent, here, 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 here. Unfortunately, I only been able to track it half, and I believe once it gets to the other side, it's spin. That's when it makes its other spin to the other half. So I'm interested to try to make it to like Guam over there just to see the complete rotation, almost complete rotation. That would be something I would like to try to do one day. Um, I revisit. I hear people talking about 2001 Space Odyssey, and I looked at it several times. Um, I think looking at it without the sound, I think the sound is all hype. The sound is just too much hype, and the visual talking is just talking. But I think the visual. I mean, that man was very, very. He did his homework. That director did his homework. Those pictures that you seen of Jupiter was really from a telescope. That wasn't fake. That was really, really good telescope work that he did. I mean, his stuff on the moon, them going across the moon was excellent. I mean, NASA wish that he did it. That man had nothing to do with that. He had nothing. Now they stole his ideas and tried to duplicate them, but he had nothing to do with the moon. It's clear. If he had anything to do with the moon landings, we wouldn't have known. I mean, we wouldn't have known. He would have did such a. If you look at the 2001 Space Odyssey and what he did, and if he would have had NASA's help, I guarantee you, we wouldn't have never known. Which makes you think a little bit, okay? I mean, we would have never known if this guy would have helped, and that makes me see. I don't think normally. I'm trying to think opposite. It's clearly if you kind of look in, and if you just everybody's a Mason, everybody's this and everybody that, they could have had him my whole thing is, why didn't they have him do it? Because it's clearly he didn't do it. He didn't do that same work. Look at his work and look at what NASA did. It's not even close. It's not even close. NASA wish. But my whole thing is, they could have did him like any other director that they get out on their thumb. They could have took him a check and said, "Here, you write your check, you fake it for us." They could have did him like they did to the astronauts. Everybody think the astronauts is everybody have their things about what the astronauts are and what they not. But I want to do a video, talk about that, about the astronauts, because everybody have their opinion about the astronauts, and I do too, but I have a different opinion, like I do about everything. But I know Stanley they had nothing to do with NASA, They may gave him a little bit of information and told him what they want to do and how it should look like. He the one who did it, and then they tried to fucking copy it. Did he later find out once he started seeing the moon? Yeah. I'm pretty sure once he saw their shit, he was like, man, that shit is fake. I'm pretty sure he caught on to it, afterwards, that what the NASA did was fake. But I asked myself this: they could have easily gave him a blank check. They could have easily made some deal like they make with all the other directors, like these guys. With the Simpsons. I mean, they could have easily made a deal. But I know back then they was telling us fake. They didn't want it to look too good. They wanted to look fake. That's what we don't realize. I mean, you think they got all that freaking money? When they want something to look real, real good, they can make it look good. Think about that, guys. Just get rid of your hate for NASA for just a second. Because when you hate, it clouds your freaking mind. You have to breathe. And it's not who, it's why. It's never who, when, how come. It's always why. And why would they give us this if it's not for a reason? And like I said, Stanley had nothing to do with this kind of stuff. He had nothing to do with it. They tried to copy his stuff. He found out later on that they tried to copy his stuff. The reason why they did not want him to do it, guys, because they wanted us to see. They've been telling us way back then it was fake. I mean, that's what you have to realize. I know it's hard to realize that they're actually telling us shit. We think we're so damn smart, but they telling us it's fake. Okay? Just, get over that part. We got over that it's fake. Okay, we did a great job. We got over the point that it's flat. We got over that. Well, get over the fact that they're telling us. Just one more little step. Just one more little step that you have to take. That's all. And don't start denying and getting angry and getting into depression and start bargaining. Just go right into acceptance. Okay? Don't bother with all that other shit. That's what I do nowadays. I don't go through anger. Once I want to believe something, I don't go to denial. I don't go to anger. I don't go to depression. I don't start to bargain and shit. I just go right to an acceptance. So that's just me. So anyway, let's talk about this time when they say the moon wasn't here. And like I said, I don't really necessarily believe all the books. I think they faked that, but I will take the hidden message in it. Meaning that if it wasn't the moon, then somebody had to build it. And why couldn't it have been us? Why do we want to give credit to something else? What if right now we're just at a state of early existence? Imagine us if we was all working together. Not how they got us now. See, I happen to think, and there's two things that they're scared of. Just number one is us working together. I am a big believer. I am 100% believe us working together. We couldn't do. It's no limit what we can do. As simple humans, we think we need some extraterrestrial to rescue us and help us out, but we don't. I honestly believe that we can do anything that we put our mind to it, including building the moon. Because if it wasn't here, we had to build. I don't fuck aliens and God. We never seen, and I haven't personally seen God or Satan or alien. Fuck them. Sorry. I mean, I seen humans. That's all I know is humans. I don't know God. God has never. I cried to God. I don't know how many times. God has never came and spooned me and said, "Sid, I love you. It'll be okay." Never. I mean, I cried for God. God never came and said it'll be okay. Never. So, humans tell me that they love me and care about me. That's who I see. So, as humans, is my person that I'm going to talk to and try to be close to. I don't, if you want to, guys who are on the fence, atheists, if you're on the fence and you want to be friends with some make-believe person, that's fine. But humans are my thing, and I side with humans to the day I die. Fuck God, fuck Satan, fuck aliens, and all that other shit. I see humans. Until I see an alien with my own eyes, then I don't even know if I believe that. But it'll be interesting. Because, what they show now, I definitely got to touch it and see, in which, hell, they ain't going to never let us touch and see nothing. They probably put it on a screen and let us see it. That's about it. So anyway, I just think, and if you get to some of these old texts, you keep getting these repeated themes or people flying, giants, half breeds, people with longevity, they live a long time, telepathy and stuff like that. I honestly believe that we mastered that. Think if we had a universe without all this suppression. You don't think that stuff is not impossible? You don't think humans couldn't fly? We can manipulate these damn skies. We were the titans. We were the angels. They was just trying to describe it and put it in the book, and I don't think we're getting the whole Bible because they take out different stuff, and we're not even getting the whole Bible, but they kind of tell us a little bit of truth, and I think that's what they're scared of, is some type of superhero that can master our skies, because I really think that there was people who can fly. Thinking if there was people who can fly, there was giants. I mean, take two big people, two tall people. Hell, in 1,000 years, hell yeah, it's going to be giants every goddamn where. If you take two people and they just kept marrying giants after giants, yeah, I can see giants roaming an area and dominating some areas. Yeah, I can. I can see people living a long time, eating with the right diet, with the right environment, without as much pollution and all the stuff that we got in our environment right now, that they purposely put in our environment. So I can see us living, quite a bit of time. Because they master, because each of these groups, these angels and these giants and these people who became half-breeds, they master the science. And I know people, if you get into the Bible, they start getting this kind of stuff start frightening them. And I don't think it's just frightening them, but there's no doubt that it was happening everywhere. And if these groups of people know how to manipulate the air and fly, by the way, angels don't have wings. But if these people, are, are just having sex with other giants, and giants become more giants, and giants, I can see them quickly controlling some space with giants and giants and giants. So I can see people saying that shit, and they can't compete a bit with giants, but they can fucking do the science and become half man, half horse. I could see that kind of stuff going on back then. But I think we was doing it. We had the intelligence to do it. We didn't have limitations like we do now. Unfortunately, something happens every so many years that resets the world. And we'll get into that later. Right now I want to keep on the moon thing, but I think we do this, and I think this stuff was really not recently. I think recently we was reset, and we're just now working it out. But I think right now with the so-called technology we got which is really bullshit technology. It's not even real technology. They fake us with this bullshit ass technology. It's superficial technology. But man, think if we all work together and really, really put some shit on together. We didn't worry about working and all that shit. We're worried about making the world and the space around us better. We was provided with food and all that shit. So our number one job was working for the earth. You know how there's no telling what we can do. This is why I don't understand the elite, why they won't free us up. Man, it's just weird. I think, I know, because they're scared of the superhero thing. I think they're scared to be taken over. I think that might be some of the problem. But you can imagine, I just want you to imagine that if we can do all those things, now imagine that we were the angels. We was able to manipulate the atmosphere. Our ancestors, which I think we've been here for a while, but it resets itself over time. We probably only got like 10,000 years, then it resets, and 10,000 years for whatever it resets over. This is just what I'm thinking so far. But but if you had a world where it was unlimited, I think we could have built. If NASA can build a sun right now with their limited smartness, now they only take a small percentage of smartness. It takes everybody. Think if NASA used everybody to help, then they have one hell of a sun. They have the sun that we have now. But because they use limited information from limited people, they have this sun that they got, which appeared, for what the pictures I've seen, looks pretty much like the sun, but a little hexagon. But I think it takes all of us working together. I don't think it works like ours. I don't think they can get it to work like ours. I don't even think they really use it myself. People say that they do. They might set it up. It doesn't rotate like ours. They might set it up like in Antarctica or something like that. They might set it up on the edges or something like that so people can look at it there, but it doesn't rotate. I don't think they can get it to rotate like ours. Because it takes everybody together to come up with a good plan like we had it back then. That's how we got that moon rotating. And I think the ancestors before them got the sun moving. I know that might be far-fetched to some people, but why not us? Why give it the credit to some aliens? Why we couldn't do it? I mean, it could have been something that we did, if you think about it that way. Excuse me. Especially if we've been here forever. Okay? I mean, think about for 1 second here. Bumblebees cannot fly. We have a frequency that runs through our atmosphere all the time, different frequencies. And so all they basically do is, if you look at them, they kind of, with their little antennas, I think they zone in on the frequency and they just jump into it. They just hover, they'll hover into it, in that frequency, and then it just ride off into the frequency because they can't fly. And I believe that's other insects and bugs and stuff like that that does the same thing. They sit there and they wait for the right frequency. I even think birds do it in a certain way, that they ride the frequencies and stuff out too. That's just my opinion. The way sometimes I look at them, and it seems like they're almost waiting for the, right moment sometimes to take off. It's kind of strange. But yeah, bumblebees can't fly, so they manipulate the skies. Well, hell, some human looked at this shit way back then. They started doing the same thing. Maybe it just came the code of angels. They can fly. They was able to put, you had people who was able to, live for a long time, when that became, hey, you can do this. So yeah, I don't doubt any of those kind of things. And I don't doubt that man had the we want to say that they want to make us seem like we dumb and we don't know shit and we just that's not true. I think we're some bad motherfuckers if we work together. And one of the things they want to do is keep us apart. Think of something. When there's a fire or something in some type of neighborhood and those people need help, man, we are some bad they'll tell you stop helping us. Let something happen to somebody and we find out about it, they'll tell you, okay, all right, stop, they'll be nice about it, but they'll tell you, okay, we got enough. But we'll put some shit together and we're going to give it to you. I mean, they keep us separated, but shit like that will make us fire our ass up, and we come together for some causes. We some strong motherfuckers if we want to be. But they do a really good job of keeping us separated. And so just remember, if bumblebees and insects and all that kind of stuff can manipulate the skies, humans can too. Especially we've been around here for a long time. I mean, imagine Tesla dressed in black with a hovering board with his death ray and his little vibrating modulars riding around on this hovering electrical board. Wouldn't he be like a hero or some type of something going on now? It'd be kind of weird. Well, he had all that capability. I mean, so if you say, well, superhero, ha 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 ha. Yeah. I mean, Tesla could have been a bad motherfucker. To them, he would have been a villain, dressed in black, But, he would have gave some motherfuckers some hell with those vibrating modulars that he had and that damn death ray. He would have a bad motherfucker. There ain't no telling what else he would have had that he ain't telling us, that he didn't tell us. So yeah, they could have been superheroes. Yeah, they could manipulate the environment. Yeah, this shit could be real. We could do it though, not some aliens and all that kind of stuff. We were capable of doing this shit. We were smart enough to do this shit when we worked together. And I'm tired of us giving it to some alien when it's us. If it was some alien, what's the proof? There's no proof. There's proof that we did it. And we can do it. That's it. That's how I'm gonna look at it. It's proof that Tesla can do it. Tesla can do it. Imagine Tesla had a he was doing most of this shit maybe with a one or two people, but imagine if he had 200 people at his disposal, a whole department at his disposal. Think of the shit he could have did. Because he'll have an idea, and then those other 200 motherfuckers' ideas will those other 200 motherfuckers will have another idea. Oh, how many people in that department have similar ideas to add on to his ideas to make his idea better? So yeah, I think we some superhero motherfuckers in the past. And I think we put that fucking sun and moon up there. Sorry to disappoint anybody, because all I see is us. We're made from this shit down here. I can see we had some special element in us that nobody else had, that wasn't on Earth. We had a 1% or something in us that wasn't from Earth. Then I start saying, oh, okay, wait a minute now. That sparked my interest right there. But it's nothing. Everything is from here. Everything. So that means we're from here. I mean, this is our birthplace. Nobody made us. I mean, we became us through us. Not from monkeys. They're human genetics. We're humans. We was hermaphrodites. We can fuck our own self. We can have our own baby. You know, that's how it happens until we decide that women were going to be women, and some people, half of us going to go ahead and be women, and the other half is going to be men. But before that, we was fucking ourselves and making our own babies. If you want me to get raw with it. So that's how we was doing it. We didn't have to go here, go there, go there. It was us. We just fucked our own self. We got a baby. So anyway, and then I also want to, get into this little last thing for if you're an atheist, you're on the fence. I find it so convenient, that they say, I was talking to these people the other day, and it says, we was on the silent God. God for 2,000 years silent, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's only two days in God's years. I mean, it's like, that's the ultimate suppression. You've been waiting 2,000 years for God, but it's okay, because it's only 2 years, 2 days in God's years. I mean, so when you wait for 5,000 years, that's okay. It's only 5 days in God's years. I mean, that just tells you it's a suppression. Just keep waiting thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We know it seems like 1,000 years to you, but it's only a day in God's years. So, you impatient motherfucker. You can't wait a couple of 1,000 years. It's only a couple of days in God's years. In God's days. You no good, something like on you, whatever. I'm making fun now, but it's just hilarious. He gets a day to 1,000 years. So don't get angry. Keep waiting. That day will come soon. It'll be some thousands of years, even if it's 10,000 years. It's only 10 days in God's years. So keep that in mind. And also, I love, like the Baptists and the Protestants and all these other 70,000 religions that claim that they're not Catholic. You go to a Baptist and they're talking, I'm a Baptist. Oh, you a Baptist? You got a Baptist Bible? No, I read from the King James. So you're Catholic. Catholic. No, I'm a Baptist. Oh, you got a Baptist Bible? No, I read from the King James. So you're Catholic. No, I'm a Baptist. What what Bible you use? I read from the King James. So you're Catholic. No, I'm a Baptist. It's hilarious to see, these Baptists and these Protestants and all these other religions say that they're not Catholic, but they read from the very Bible the Catholic wrote. I mean, it's just the funniest thing how they claim that they're not. You are, guys, if you're a Christian, you're a division of Catholics. You're a division of whatever they call themselves. I can't say the word, but you're a division of them. Baptist, you're not just by yourself, I'm a Baptist. You're attached to Catholics. If you're a Christian, everything is attached to being a Catholic. You read their Bible that they put together and wrote. So, yeah, you are Baptist, but you're a Catholic Baptist. And you're a Catholic Protestant. And you're a Catholic whatever. But y'all are Catholics. And then you, like, I am a African American, but I'm American. When it comes down to it, it's Mexican American, Asian American, Caucasian American. But when it comes fucking damn to it, we Americans. You're a Baptist, Catholic. You're a Protestant, Catholic. When it comes down to it, you all are Catholic. Because you all read from the same book. Okay? Just kind of get that through your mind. It's going to take a little while to sink. But let it sink, and it'll be okay. Coming to, the realization of the world is a good thing. All right, Catholic people? The people you hate so much. So you got to grow in love. Whatever you hate, love. That would be my point. Because that's what you need to do. All right? Signing off, Flat Earth guys. I think I got the religion down. I want to say this before I'm close. I'm sorry. The Vatican wrote the Bible. Okay. They can clear up. There's so many different churches out there because these churches don't agree with this church and this church don't agree with this church. It's all about Bible verses. One church says you should handle snakes, so they go off to handle snakes. One church believe in rapture. One church don't. They believe in this. One church believe that we're in hell, and one church believe this, and one church believe that. And they just break up over just simple passages, simple phrases in the Bible. It just can be, a couple of sentences. All right, this is right. And they break up. Well, the Catholic can easily solve this by coming out with a Bible and tell you exactly, word for word, what each verse meant, pound for pound. That's where it's no confusion. They can do this. Where these people are not arguing with these people, and these people are not arguing with these people are not. Hey, this is where it is. Shut up arguing. But they don't do that because they like division. If you start agreeing, you can start getting the whole people agreeing on shit, then it's, what else is next? So you want to keep them arguing. You don't want people agreeing on shit because they're going to figure out what else next. What's next? To go after. So you just keep them fighting amongst each other. So you got to figure out, if they was really real, they wouldn't have people arguing like that. It's a waste of time. If God was real, they would put out exactly what each verse means, word for word for word, to stop all the fighting. But they don't. If you want to dominate the world, you keep making brothers and sisters companies. So you don't think that the Catholics is over the Muslims? I mean, you don't think that they over the Jews? I mean, if you don't think so, then whatever. They control all the religions. They just make you think that it's other religions. I mean, that's the key to everything. You don't want to have the dominant thing. You want to open up other options so people think they got other options. But all along, you own all the options. And that's what you do. So don't get it twisted that it's 4 or 5 different kind of religions. Bullshit. It's one. They got different other faces and they might teach different things, but it's only one face of religion. And that is for sure. So next time we talk about, I want to kind of, before we go into the whole flood thing, let's talk about the astronauts. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the astronauts and what they did. But again, it's going to be not what people think. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be my point of view. It's going to be a little bit different. So we'll talk about that next time. Thank you so much for looking at my video. I really appreciate it. Adios, Flat Earthers.